The complex dance of dominance and submission. Structure, trust, and power. The terms dominance and submission often evoke images of strict hierarchy or simple oppression, yet these dynamics are woven into the fundamental fabric of human and social interaction. Far from being a mere binary of strong and weak, the interplay between dominance and submission is a complex, dynamic, and often relational process essential for both order and intimacy. To understand its true nature, one must look beyond its reductive labels and examine its biological roots, social manifestations, and profound psychological utility. At a biological level, the impulse toward dominance and submission is an evolutionary mechanism. The establishment of pecking orders and social hierarchies provides predictability, minimizes costly conflict over resources, and promotes group cohesion. Psychologically, this dynamic addresses deep-seated human needs. The dominant role often provides the satisfaction of control, direction, and responsibility, while the submissive role can offer relief from the burden of perpetual decision-making, security, and the comfort of clear boundaries. In many situations, submission is not an absence of power, but an active, conscious delegation of it in exchange for structure and focus. However, the social expression of D/S often muddies this clarity. When dominance is enforced and absolute, it manifests as tyranny and oppression, stripping the submissive individual of agency and dignity. This negative framework, which correctly demonizes involuntary control, often overshadows the beneficial, voluntary uses of the dynamic. In organizational structures, for instance, a leader-dominant role is expected to provide direction and accountability, while employees' submissive role consent to follow that direction, creating a necessary and productive chain of command. The health of the system depends not on the existence of the roles, but on the consent and communication that bind them. Perhaps the most revealing context for D/S dynamics is the personal relationship. Here, voluntary submission can be an act of profound vulnerability and trust. When safely enacted, the power in these dynamics is paradoxical. The dominant individual assumes the responsibility for the submissive's well-being and boundaries, while the submissive holds the power of consent, which can be withdrawn at any time. This relational contract relies entirely on impeccable communication and mutual respect, transforming a potential power struggle into a shared space for emotional expression and deep connection. In this sense, dominance is not the imposition of will, but the acceptance of responsibility, and submission is the active choice to surrender control into trustworthy hands. In conclusion, dominance and submission are not fixed character traits, but rather roles or modes of engagement that we adopt and discard across various contexts. Whether providing structure in a workplace, minimizing conflict in a family, or deepening trust in an intimate relationship, this dynamic is fundamentally about the management and distribution of power. When rooted in consent, respect, and clear understanding, the dance of D/S transforms from a crude hierarchy into a sophisticated mechanism that fulfills psychological needs and strengthens social and personal bonds. The Libido Lab. Subscribe, share, like. Thank you for your support.